Welcome to this week's show. We're talking about bike holiday destinations that you may not know about.
A question that you might know the answer to or not.
And we're talking about some amazing mountain bike racing that happened last week, and hopefully something's going to happen this weekend as well.
It's all coming up on this week's show. Yes, welcome to this week's Dirt Shed Show with myself, Blake Samson, and...
Hello, I'm Neil Donoghue.
And I'm very sorry, if you watched last week's show, I did say that this show would be at our Global Bike Festival. But it's not, it's the next one.
But you got the dates wrong.
I did get it, I got too excited.
But yeah, we are going to Saalbach tomorrow.
Yes.
It's exciting, isn't it? And it got us thinking about riding bike holiday destinations that, you know, the big ones you've heard of, Whistler, your Queenstowns, your Ports de Soleil. Saalbach's quite big, but there's some places that we've heard of or we've been to that are smaller places that often that's where you find the better riding.
Yeah, like the ones that you've been told behind the Carrefour, at the roundabout, take the second one, it's behind McDonald's, but it's not. It's behind the tree on the second exit of the third roundabout.
I know that one, it's good, isn't it?
It's really good.
Yeah, what about the places that you see on Instagram or the locals know, but they're not as popular, they're not as well known.
But the riding's good.
Yeah, we've got a little list of places. I know some of these you will have heard of, but let's start in France, en français, the Hautes Alps. I mean, we've been to some of these places, but there are smaller places here as well. So the Alpes de Haute-Provence is the third least populated department in France. There's an average elevation of over 1,000 metres.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Sounds good so far.
Yeah, it's really good.
Big resorts are probably Les Ors, Les Deux Alpes. I've raced there.
Alpe d'Huez.
That's not far away. Les Deux Alpes, I raced a World Cup there. They do the Mountain of Hell there.
Yes.
They do the, what's the other one? Mega Avalanche.
Mega Avalanche. Doing it again.
You've probably heard of those towns, maybe, but I've not ridden much outside of those races.
The Alps, not heard of it. It's one that does fly under the radar.
Also, it sounds like it's cheap. So a day lift past in Les Sauces costs you €16, whereas
16?
you go to Port de Soleil, that's 37, or Verbier, it's 50. So, sounds like it's cheaper as well. So
Definitely.
easy enough to get to as well if you live in Europe.
Yeah.
One we've been to, Portugal, Sintra.
Yes, Sintra, a microclimate in itself, that place.
Quite wet. We went late in the year, we went in November.
Yeah,
it was wet.
it's called the Mushroom Cloud group. It's like it got its own microclimate, it's super green. It does say.
Really?
Yeah,
good facts.
Sintra mushroom cloud.
There's there's loads of natural riding. I've got a friend who lives in Sintra, so I follow him on Instagram. It looks amazing. I've seen some videos from there.
Yeah, cut my leg open there.
You did. There's some surfing there as well if you want to do a bit of that. You can fly to Lisbon, then get a bus or train over there. It's not far away. It's like about an hour away, I think. An hour west.
It is a beautiful spot. Go on. It's in the UK soil. It's Scotland. Now, we've been there a lot, and there's a lot of good riding over there. Yeah. Well, you've got Fort William.
Yeah, I would say
you got
Bodges. Bodges is probably
really good.
The hub of like Glen Tress, Inleith and Peebles. Golfy. I've not been there for a long time. I keep saying every time I want to take an e-bike there for a week. The one that I've heard of a lot, never been, is Dunkeld.
Yes.
And
it's on the River Tay. Now, weird, right? Yes, weird. I am actually going to be doing a film, following the source of the River Tay all the way down to the sea, and it does go past Dunkeld, and I am stopping in.
There used to be a gnarly, what was that Scottish, SDA?
SDA, yeah.
It used to look really good, super rooty downhill track up there.
Proper, I love routes.
You know, it's where the Iron Brew was made up in them hills. Inverness, we rode there, Jack brought that, we rode with Ella Connolly. That was a really good ride. The masts, not a huge elevation, but really, really good. Super loamy, kind of natural riding.
There you go. Cycling holiday destinations that fly under the radar.
Yeah, let us know down below the ones we should be going to as well.
Oh yeah, please. Right, before we go to the news, quiz question for you, Neil, and the beautiful viewers at home.
Yeah.
You ready for it?
I can see the answers, so it's easy for me.
Don't look at the answers. They can't, so it's all down to you. So it's, how many nations have won the Women's Elite EWS, or what is known as the Enduro World Series, or?
Enduro World Cup now, it's called.
That's it.
Yeah, I thought I knew this, but it's not, it's not very many.
No, we got A, 1, B, 2, C, 3, and D, 4.
Well, I mean, none of those are very many, but yeah, it did surprise me. It's like...
What's up, everyone? Didn't Lenzerheide deliver some of the most incredible racing? First off, Nino Schurter broke the record of 33 Olympic distance cross-country wins set by Julian Absalon. Nino's historic 34th win on home soil cements him in history as one of cross-country's GOATs. Let's talk about Rachel Atherton too. After a long hiatus from racing after having a baby, she's just made history as the first mum to win a downhill race, chalking herself up 40 World Cup race wins. I wonder if Anne Carroll-Chausson's 55-win record is potentially in her sights, as she's now confirmed to be racing more this year. Huge shout out to Jordan Williams too, not to be overlooked, an incredible achievement to win an elite race on your first outing. I think I read somewhere that the last person to do that was Nico Vulio back in '95. Shout out to the young Eris van Leuven too, who also won her debut appearance in the junior women's field. Whilst we're on the racing, Nico Mullally has signed young American racer Asa Vermette to race for him on frameworks for 2 years, starting next year when he's old enough to race internationally. The young shredder puts down times at national rounds which are right up there with some of America's best. Nico himself, Gwyn, and of course Lucas Shaw. Now that juniors are televised live, hopefully we'll start to see more sponsorships like this coming through, as eyes on the youth riders are exponentially higher than before, which will doubtless help them transition into the elite ranks. There's a new Rocky Mountain Slayer in town. The Park and Freeride bike received some updates including mixed wheel compatibility, down tube storage on the carbon models, fully enclosed cable routing, which is also friendly for Euro brake setups, and extra shielding on bearings to protect them from the elements. More anti-squat and a friendlier suspension curve has been built into the kinematics of the 180mm of suspension too. Plenty of builds on offer here, carbon and alloy frames with a Park alloy option featuring a boxer up front. There's a new Switch 6 from Orange too. The 160/160 mixed wheel bike is manufactured in the UK, now uses a bearing eyelet trunnion shock, also features frame storage, a tapered head tube, and has a shorter seat tube to accommodate longer droppers. Of course, kinematics and geometry minor changes too, as per usual. Currently available frame only or in a limited edition build, 5,700 GBP for the build, 2,900 for frame only. Layat have released what I think is the world's first 3-in-1 helmet. 2 modular parts allow the helmet to change from a half shell to one with ear guards to a full face. The helmet also boasts sunglasses storage, a Fidlock magnetic buckle, and an adjustable visor, and will retail for $269 US. After his record-breaking backflip at Darkfest this year, UK freerider Tom Eisted has landed himself a frame sponsor in Giant Bikes. He's probably been the raddest unsponsored rider without a frame for a while, so it's great to see someone throwing some support his way. Alright, that's all I've got time for this week. Let's catch up with Toff for the sickest thing.
Right, this week's sickest thing has to be this insane double Everesting from Ben Hildred and SRAM. So Everesting is when you climb the height of Everest, which is the highest mountain in the world, and it's normally kind of viewed as like this roadie thing for some reason. I don't know why, I guess it's just because like they ride up and then they're just chilling back down, I guess. Either way, Ben is an absolute savage because he rides literally up his mountain, like in Queenstown, and like 18 times or something ridiculous, twice the height of Everest, with flat pedals, on a trail bike, no chamois, like no pads in his shorts, and he's riding down like proper single track and bike park every single lap, like proper mountain biking. What's even more mountain biking than this? He's riding up and down a mountain to get the height of Everest twice. It's just super mountain biking, isn't it? It's like actual proper mountain biking. Right, that's my sickest thing this week. Time to go back to the shed.
Quiz answer. Yes, how many nations have won a female EWS or Enduro World Cup?
Do you know the answer?
I do.
What is it?
2. Crazy, isn't it? Since
crazy.
10 years, but 2013, France and the UK. UK including England and Scotland, of course.
Okay,
Yeah, those, but...
Elliot Colony and...
I had questioned this for a while. Is that definitely true? But I've heard this before. I guess it must be.
Well,
It's in the script, it must be true.
It's got to be true, isn't it? Right, time for Action Bodges.
Yes, the best hack or indeed bodge wins the GMBN jersey. So we're starting off with a massive, well, I say bodge, but actually it's not.
It's not, I think that's very...
Brake pin
clever.
fell out. I've seen this happen. How does it actually happen? Crazy. But
Too much braking, man.
But
Heavy
then
braking.
obviously your brake pads will just fall out and then you're in trouble. So this is Zach in Finchampstead. It's a funny name of a place, isn't it? Finchampstead.
Finchampstead.
Finished the ride out around my local, and I got through the gate home. I heard a clunk and a rattle, and the brake pads fell on the floor. So
Luckily when he got home, though.
It's a hair clip, isn't it?
It is a hair clip.
And that
It's
is
like
actually not far different to what a pin is anyway. It looks the same. A bodge, but it works. So
I think that's it's a bodge. It could be a hack on the trail, but it's a bodge.
Anyway, Mark's used some old fork bodies and bits of metal to make a stand for the bike park.
Yeah. So that's the next page there.
Oh, I
so
see.
you've got the lowers of a fork and some crazy conduit. It's It's a stand.
That
Yeah,
works.
it works,
I was
doesn't it?
looking at the previous photo of this multi-tool holder that attaches the bike bottle mounts that are underneath the top tube. Lots of these frames now come with extra bottle cage mounts that aren't really for bottles, it's for things like that.
That is very ingenuitive. I quite like that.
I've seen slicker versions of that, I would say, but it's good.
Super nice Norco.
Yeah, it's good. I like it.
Now this one, can you see what's going on here?
No.
So Robin.
Robin the bird? Or the
Robin, this chap here from Belgium, he bought some brand new Hope hubs, and he thought there would be a
spacer.
Spacer one?
Bought a new 20 by 110, thought it fit. Turns out boost spacing, we didn't have the boost, so we cut 5mm from the driver's side spacer and put a 5mm spacer on the brake side and redished the wheel.
It works!
Whoa. Surely you could just got a spacer.
No, but then you didn't have to buy new hubs. Imagine sending them
but Hope
back.
built everything now. I bet you could have got a spacer off Hope. I mean, you'd have had to have wait.
Yeah, but he didn't want to wait, I guess.
I guess not.
I guess the trails are cool. I guess not, but it worked. I actually love this. Well, it's a pair of drop bars turned upside down, and you can put your bike in it.
See.
That's clever.
Yeah. Why would you have a set of spare drop bars? It's not like you upgrade a set of drop bars, do you?
They could be narrow.
Drop
could
bars,
too
drop
narrow.
bars. I don't know. Oh, there you go. You've got it.
Flipping eye, that's very clever. I like that. Tex from Portugal.
Yeah. Bodge, I would say. Who's winning the GMBN jersey this week, Blake? Flex. Tex.
Flex.
Close enough.
Tex. I think Tex. I like that.
Right.
I like that a lot.
The GMBN jersey coming your way. Tex, give us the details and we'll send them out. Right, into the Caption Contest. The winner wins a stunt mug. So the photo from last week is young Richard hanging out in this camper van. And no shun number says GMBN went looking for the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, but all they got was pain.
Quite like it.
Spelled P-A-Y-N-E.
Oh, his surname.
Yeah.
We got one from Martin Schwartz.
Yep.
And I always wonder what the dirt shed on the Dirt Shed Show looked like.
Bit grubby.
Bit grubby, that. Got no windows. Bit cold in winter.
Yeah, OmniStar says Rich finally decides to go full Breaking Bad in order to support his mountain biking habits.
Oh, that's actually pretty good.
It's true as well.
Yeah, it's true.
So I think that's good. OmniStar, I reckon you win the stunt mark. So coming your way.
Oh,
good stunt catching. The photo for this week's Caption Contest is this. Coming right up. So get involved. Leave your comments down below. Right, so anyway, into some things we liked this week. Blake, what did you like the best from this week?
Well, last week I shouted out this chap on his trials bike doing crazy things on an enduro bike. I'm going to shout out to him again because he's done some nut stuff again. Take a look at this. How the heck can you do that?
I don't know anything about trials.
No, nor do I, but that's nuts.
Very good. This week, I'm right to, that's kind of something cool I've seen, is that new pivot downhill bike. I loved seeing a bit of the glimpse of that from racing, also from the downhill tech video from last week, but we've got some pictures as well. This kind of reminds me, sounds daft, but like the old GT Lobos and the STSs where they were thermoplastic and they had these kind of crazy silver metal bits and then they were joined by the thermoplastic, whatever it was. This is a much better looking version of that, and it's got the double chain. You've seen that? It goes from round the idler. I think it looks amazing, proper cool, and yeah.
Do you reckon it's going to win a World Cup?
It could well do. Where was Bernard? Was he 10th? Was he 10th?
11th.
It was around, hovering around that at the weekend during qualies and semis, riding super fast, obviously. Obviously, we talked a lot about the racing. It's on GMBN Race, it's on GCN Plus. It was amazing. Last week we had Nino Schurter taking the most overall wins. We got Rachel Rathen coming back, winning. We saw Jordan Williams winning his first ever elite mountain bike downhill World Cup. Obviously, the racing heads straight to Leo Gang. I'm going to be there this weekend, so I'll be checking that out in person, as well as going to the Bike Festival as well. So
I'll be at the Bike Festival.
Big weekend coming for us. Right into the bike bike.
Yes, we are. I cannot wait for this.
Well, you've seen it. You've said already. The first bike is a howler.
Howler!
custom.
It's the howler.
Custom retro-styled hardtail made to fit a tall guy. Guess so.
Not me.
Epping, London. Struggled to find a hardtail frame that was big enough to fit me. Doesn't look that big. It kind of looks like a 90s. Yeah, you think it was a 90s mountain bike. It's not. It's brand new.
Brand space howling good. I think it's super nice new.
It's kind of made to all from Exy to bike packing to bike parts. I really like that.
It's
cool.
do it all, and he's got the Nico.
It's got a beer in the. We've got one of these 3D printed beer cage. Although,
We got one.
Yeah, it's up in the office. Although by the time you've ridden your bike with that, it's not. You're not going to want to drink the thing. It's going to go everywhere.
Shower yourself with it.
We have said super nice, surely.
Yeah, super
Giving it
nice.
double super nice.
Right, this next one is from Urus, and it's an Orbea Ockham 3M30 LT.
Yes,
It actually looks like a nice colour.
It's
isn't
got
it?
a coil shock. This has got the old piggyback, what's called DHX, is it?
It's very nice.
Donoghue, Switzerland. It looks great, doesn't it? Like the colour, kind of burgundy.
Brand spanking new, Neil.
I like that.
Yeah.
It's good photo as
Nice.
well.
Oh, Chris coming in with a nuke-proof Scout 27.5. Now, I'm a big fan of this bike.
Of course you
and
are.
do you know what?
Yeah.
I actually put the show together. And the amount of Scouts that get
You're going
uploaded.
to Scouting About, aren't you?
Yeah.
What was it? It's like a
Big Scout is the world's biggest Scout meetup.
geek club for scouts.
That's it.
This
be there.
is in Betsy Coyd, lovely part of the world. That.
Beautiful spot.
Yeah.
That's super nice.
Now we're on to a 14 grand Ultimate Yeti SB160 build from Jeremy in Schweitzer, Idaho. Fox Factory SRAM XX plus code Ultimate. Doesn't get fancier than that.
Doesn't. It's got
MV
MV
carbon
wheels.
wheels, Industry 9 Hydro hubs. I mean, if that doesn't get super nice, what is?
It's got the brand new SRAM.
Exactly, XX.
That's what you just said, yeah.
Fancy pants. I like it.
Talk about fancy.
Ho, ho.
Take a look at this piece.
Hang on.
The weird story about this, hey?
You
met this guy?
I know this guy. This is Kelly's bike. I think I met Kelly in Bentonville because he's handicapped and he's got an e-bike motor on there and he whizzes around on this structure bike and it's the bike I saw. It was the 27.5, but he modified the forward to take a 29 front wheel. It doesn't actually say.
It looks like he has done some work to the
crazy
fork leg there.
Crazy looking bikes, aren't they?
Very.
I did a video with Seth. You know Seth.
What's Seth from?
Burn Peak.
Burn Peak, yeah.
Yeah, and he rode one of these bikes at the event and he said it was crazy.
What would you give that bike? Super nice.
Yeah, nice. Anyway, moving on to the Trek Roscoe. We see a lot of Trek Roscoes.
Yeah, it's a good colour. I like that colour.
Carol's bike in New Britain, Connecticut.
Carol, I'm going to give that super nice.
Started my riding addiction in August last year with a Trek Marlin 7. After putting 2,500 miles on it, it was time for an upgrade. Whoa.
Good upgrade, that.
Good miles.
Tell you what's a good upgrade. Look at this one with Vittorio Mascal, tanned walls, this pivot.
Yes.
He's out in Florida. This is James's bike.
Lithia, Florida.
Look at those wheels. Not heard of them.
Again, this is James's dream bike. Atomic rims, i9 hubs, Cane Creek E. They're expensive.
They're very expensive cranks.
Ooh, nice.
Are they the Garmin power pedals as well?
Oh, I think they are.
They are as well. Oh, he's gone all into the ecosystem for Garmin.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Fancy pants.
Very fancy.
XTR Mac.
He's got that Ergon blue saddle to match. Oh, that is actually super nice.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this.
Gerhard.
I would like to point out, right?
Yes.
I wouldn't put a water bottle there. But it doesn't have a dropper.
Oh.
But I wouldn't have a water bottle under there.
Oh, no space. The second one inside the frame. This is the last, not the current Spark, is it? The new Spark is the one with the shock inside the thing.
Yeah.
Know what I mean? Nice.
Nice.
Oh, let's finish up on Ethan's Mongoose Teocali comp. A bit like that Mongoose that Rich rode.
Rich rode this bike. He absolutely loved it.
It looks like he's been ridden, you know. Look how short it is. Look how kind of
I think,
compact.
Do you think he reversed his car into the back wall with his bike
2008.
squashed it?
2008. Things have changed, but I bet that's a good sort of free rider bike.
Yeah, it is. No.
Nice.
Anyway.
Keep sending us your bikes. We love seeing them. We've got a lot of variety in this week's show, that's for sure. So we love seeing what you ride. Send them in using the uploader. The link is down below. Right, Blake, what's coming up on the channel this week?
Oh, we've got some crackers coming up. This one, we followed a World Cup mechanic through the weekend. It was Greg Minars, and there's a lot of beeping going on in there.
Well, I guess so. Lyle Hislop, Greg did not have a great weekend.
No, he didn't. No,
punctures everywhere, so I can't wait to see what happens. And then Sunday is that video where I went and rode with Seth from Burn Peak Express and all them. You know the guy.
Yeah.
You know.
Do they?
And I found out all about him. And it was really good, actually. The first time I've really spent much time with him, rode with him. We had a fun day out, and it's coming on Sunday.
There we have it, the end of our Dirt Shed Show. It's been an absolute banger.
Has. I'm getting ready to go and pack my bike and get on an airplane tomorrow. We're going to the Global Bike Festival. It's going to be fun, and you'll see some of it on the channel next week, I guess.
It'll be all over our social media platforms. If you want to follow along, make sure you follow us.
Thanks for watching. See ya.
See ya.